How's it going, guys? It's Poacher Set, and welcome back to another episode of the Europa Universalis 4 Absolutist Italy campaign. So I think we want to become more absolute, obviously, am I right? And I think one way we could do that is when we take a good chunk of Spanish land here, what we're going to do is we're going to immediately lower the autonomy, and then that's probably going to have us cause rebels. And then we're going to use those rebels as an excuse to harsh treatment them a couple times, because all of that, like, we're so far ahead on military points and stuff. I could always use it for development, which is probably, honestly, well, actually, I don't even know if it's better. Absolutism is real sharp. Oh my god, that administrative efficiency is brutal. Absolutism is so interesting. I do know that if you get too high, you can actually have negatives, but, you know, bring it on. I want to have all the goods and the bads of absolutism. We're absolute Italy. What do you think? Who do you think you are? I am. I don't know. Memes, am I right? Hey, am I effing right? Hey, yeah. Yeah. I'm Adam Sandler. I'm a cobbler. I don't know, man. I know, I'm not funny. That's okay. I know that already. Trust me, I know. I know. I make dad jokes. That's my problem. I am a dad at heart, even though I don't plan on having kids anytime soon. So, you know, I have the jokes of a dad and the heart of a child. No, that just sounds weird. Alright, so now we can take all this and be perfectly fine with it. Is Aragon its own state? It is. Does it include... No, it's just these three, isn't it? Okay, cool. Cool. Toledo and Cuenca are parts of another state. Yeah, this is good. We're going to finish off 2 states here. This is all I want. Yeah, I mean, I think this is all I want, really. Like, you know what, just keep it. Just keep it. Whatever. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is, I think we, you can lower the autonomy. And lower the autonomy. This stuff we can't because it's not states yet, but then we should be able to after that. So doing that just gave us, like, yeah, like 2 more absolutism, and maybe just like 1.5 or something. I don't know. I didn't check the numbers exactly, but it gave us a good little chunk of absolutism. I think it's worth it. Heck, we have so much manpower. I'm fine with it, dog. It's good that we have a fort in Toledo. It's not defensive or anything. Teruel is defensive terrain. We can make use of that, maybe. See, I want to consolidate Iberia before we go to war with France, you know? But I want to do that. And also, they're allied to the Ottomans, you know? Maybe not at this stage in the game, maybe not the most pressing concern, but you should still watch out for the Ottomans at any point in the game. They always will surprise you. They'll surprise you. They're still #1 great power, yeah. I mean, we're second, and, like, I would trust my ability as a player more, but also though, France is 4th, so, like, you know, you got 2 of the largest powers in the game. Someone could intervene on our side, though, if we declare, and someone probably would. If they didn't, I'd be effing pissed. So, Aragonese is not a promoted culture. That's why it's taken a while. I was like, why is it taking so long? But it's not even taking that long. Come on. Let's be reasonable to the game, y'all. Alright, we're working on upgrading these dudes. Let's go ahead and get a grand shipyard in Sevilla. You should always do one of those there. Okay, Toledo and Cuenca. Oh my god, that's a pretty good consort. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Unless our king dies, which, I mean, you know, that's possible. What about in the Middle East and stuff? Do we want to... Well, I mean, when we go to war with the Ottomans, we're going to try to do that. What are you doing down here, Seuss? Are you going to launch a rebellion starting in frickin' Nubia or something? Okay. Seuss, we're gonna feed you Morocco here in a second. Does that sound good, dog? Oh yeah, Albania. I forgot about you. Oh hey, Switzerland. Hey dog. Yeah, there you go. Switzerland, we're gonna feed you back your cores. You know that? We're gonna frickin' feed you back your cores. We have our spy network with the French is going well. Oh, the Ottomans are at war with Hungary. They will probably not be hurt enough to make it matter, but I would like to keep an eye out on that. I hate that they're allied to France. The Ottomans and France are allied. That's super annoying. I don't even know how stuff like that gets through, you know? But whatever. It's not a huge deal. Let's get ready to come down here and fight Morocco again, because I do think it's about time to do that. Hey, there you go. That's a real good mission. Build a trade station in Alexandria. Trade station in Alexandria. Alexandria. Yes. Well, let's look at the... I want to look at this, actually. We might actually just be able to get it without having to wait for another tech, you know? Naples already has it, and it's going to go really quickly to adjacent provinces and stuff. How many centers do we have? Only 2 right now. Maybe we'll get more. We'll see. We'll see. What's our force limit at? Oh my god, our force limit just keeps, like, skyrocketing, you know? Snot rocketing. That's gross. Venice has disputed succession. They became a kingdom? What? How? I refuse to accept this. I refuse to accept this. Yes, I'll do. I'll do, darling. So, you know, like, if you're not from the US, you may not know this. Even if you're from the US, you might not know this. But, like, in the South, there's varying levels of southernness. There's varying levels of southern countryness. And I'm like a 5% on the scale. I'm 5% southern. The reason being that I am not southern by blood or birth or anything like that. But I have lived in the South my whole life, so I at least have a little bit of an accent sometimes. I don't even think it's really noticeable, but like sometimes it might come through. Beyond that, I just have picked up a little bit of like the cultural mannerisms, and I really like barbecue, like true barbecue, not like fake barbecue, you know. I'm just teasing. All barbecue's good, but you know, real barbecue's the best though. Anyway, so I'm like 5%, but don't worry, this story's going somewhere. You'll see. I'm like a 5% on the scale. Some people, like my girlfriend, for instance, her family is Southern. She is Southern. She has a slight accent, very slight. It's not very noticeable at all, actually. But she is like maybe like a 40% on the scale, right? Right? Like I said, I'm a 5%. Yep. Let's do it. Yeah, so Absolutism increases by 1, which is really good. So I'm like a 5%, she's like a 40%, is that what I said? Then you like start out to get out in the country a little more, and you get in like the farmlands, which is pretty close to where I live, honestly. And then you have like, then you have freaking, you get up to like 75% Southern. That it gets pretty high up there, you know? But I met someone through my job the other day, and they were like it was this girl, and she was like an 85 on the southernness scale. I was like, dang. That's all. That's a weird story, I know. But anywho, basically there's different levels of southernness, if you didn't know. I feel like lots of people in Europe have never met a southern person because of the fact that well, I don't know, this is going to come across as a little rude, but Southern people, the South is socioeconomically a little poorer than the rest of the country. Some parts of the South, it depends on more like a county or city level, but in general, the South is like not as well developed as some parts of the South are not as well developed overall as like the Northeast and stuff. But anyways, so because of that, then there's like not as many like tourists from the South, I feel, that go to places like Europe. Also, the other thing is that, like, I don't know, kind of like all Americans to a certain extent, but people in the South don't really care necessarily about going to places in Europe as much as they care about, like, you know, going to California or going to Hawaii or to Mexico, you know, which makes more sense. I don't even judge them. It's mostly a matter of preference, and I personally would like to go to, I would prefer to go to like Europe, but I completely understand wanting to go to like Mexico or Argentina. It's in the same, you know, landmass. It's not the same continent if you're in Argentina, but it's the same landmass, and it's closer. The people there are a little more similar to us in culture, I think. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and declare on Morocco now. But yeah, so anywho, where was I going with this? I have no idea. So yeah, anyways, there's so I feel like lots of Europeans have like a weird sort of perception of Southerners. They're like, you know, so they think Southerners are all like, howdy y'all, but that's not really what it's like. It's a little more subtle than that. If you and stuff. Sometimes you can't even tell, but then you'll listen closely and you'll hear the mannerisms and you'll be like, oh yeah, this person's Southern. So I don't know. It doesn't even make any sense. Again, I'm not Southern, so I don't. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but okay. There's that siege done. Do you even have an army anywhere here? You know what? It's probably down here. There are certainly some Southerners who are like, howdy y'all, you know, like that. But that's, I don't know. But, like, basically what I'm trying to say is the stereotypical accents that you might hear and see on, like, television are normally not really super, not really super accurate. You know, most Southerners aren't, like, ridiculous and caricaturistic like that. Most of them are just normal Americans, as normal as that can be, you know. They're just like other Americans with some minor differences. So, anyhow, Southerners are also very, very nice in general. So if you ever meet one in real life, you know, there's like obviously lots of people think that like Southerners are racist, and I mean some are, but every people are racist. You know what I mean? You know, there certainly are racist Southerners, but like, if you ever go up to a Southerner, unless they, like, basically what I mean is like the ones who are racist are not the ones that are going to be like tourists and stuff. If you see an American in your country and you like live in Europe or in South America or somewhere, or Australia or Japan, if you see a American and you hear them and they're Southern, like, you should definitely, like, don't be afraid to go and say hi, because for like 95% of Southerners are really, really nice, even to strangers. It's just sort of the way it is here, which is its ups and downs for sure. But in general, though, they're Southerners are quite nice. You know, that's one good thing. The South has its ups and downs, but people in the South are very nice for the most part. So, you know, anyhow, this has been a weird topic of discussion, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I don't know. I feel like for all the stuff I talk about other cultures of which I have little experience of, I think it's a little interesting to kind of put myself out of my own shoes and realize that the culture I've grown up in, even though I don't consider myself like a fully like insider in Southern culture, I have lived here in the South my whole life. So I although my parents aren't Southern, I'm not Southern. I have sort of picked up on some stuff, but But I think it's interesting to think about how, even though like I find it really fascinating to learn about a whole bunch of other cultures that are all unique and like not very well known in some cases, sometimes that can apply to my own culture, like, or you know, the culture I grew up in again, like Southerners. Like some people have never met a Southerner and they don't know what a Southerner is, like what that means to be Southern or anything. I mean, honestly, it probably doesn't mean that much, but you know, most of the time that just means you're American, just with a little bit of a different taste in food and in words. But you know, but lots of people. So I think it's interesting. So maybe, you know, it's interesting to think about that. The other perspective, which is that maybe maybe I'm not always the outsider. Sometimes I'm the insider in. You know, if I'm talking, basically what I mean is like, if I was talking to someone from Europe, I might be able to like relate to them on some historical stuff and maybe some cultural stuff because of all the time I've spent on the internet with European like acquaintances and stuff, and with like stuff I've done in this game, and then talking to people in the comments. I know like a little bit about some European cultures and histories and stuff. Some enough to maybe not sound like an idiot, although I probably still would. But then like it's interesting to think about how like if I like some Americans, even like from the North or the West Coast or something, when they come to the South, they are completely like out of their comfort zone just because of the cultural differences, the slight cultural differences. But like if I can fit in if I go to like even if I go to a really southern place, I could fit in. You know, I could still fit in, which is more than some people could say. So it's kind of weird how like I am sort of an insider in a culture that I don't necessarily associate with, which is kind of weird. You know, it's just interesting. But like I said before, though, in general, I feel like the cultural differences are very slight between Southerners and Northerners and whoever. But they are there. They're there for sure. Okay, so we can't take all of this. I would like to take more than just this, though. So we're gonna go and fight some Moroccans over here, and yeah, I probably made no sense with that whole like discussion, but you know. Basically, the main takeaway is, if you're European or you know, in a country, and maybe like in an Asian country or someplace that gets some tourists, but maybe not a whole lot. If you ever, you know, meet some Southerners, don't be intimidated. Southerners are normally very, very nice, friendly people and stuff, and they may be a little quaint and stuff, but if you like talk to them about stuff honestly, then they will, like, you know, they'll reciprocate. They'll be like, you know, if they accidentally say something that offends you, tell them, and they'll apologize. You know, some people from the, you know, some other Americans might say, you know, well, screw you, buddy, I didn't have to come to your country, and that's not a cool thing to say. I'm not saying that's a cool thing to say. I'm not saying that, actually. I'm not trying to like say that they should say that. I hope that's obvious, but with a Southerner, they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, and stuff, and I love your country so far. And that's like, you know, that's the sort of reaction I would expect from a Southerner. So anyway, weird discussion. We're gonna have to end this video in a second here, but let's try to engage them. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we have maxed out on power again. Nice, baby. Alright, when is this stuff gonna be here? Tunis, Palermo, Messina. Fairly soon. How long is it until? Okay, 9 months. Okay. I'd like to peace out Great Britain, but they won't peace out, I'm pretty sure. So I think we just go ahead and peace out now, out of the whole war, and say whatever, you know, give them as much as we can, really. Just give them that much, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna be feeding them quite a bit. I think, again, I think we just kind of want to feed them like the rest of this land. I don't really care if, you know, we take the Moroccan land or whatever. We'll probably take Ceuta and Tangiers in like the next war directly. But for now, let's just go ahead and do this. Cool. You better not have any liberty desire, yeah. Excuse me. We will embrace that if it becomes time. We also can purchase another ability. Autonomy change cooldown, I feel, is pretty good. I really do want to start the Golden Era once we go to war with France. I think that's going to be, you know, that's pretty much just objectively the right decision, especially if we have to go to war with the Ottomans too. We'll make sure to be ready for that. We should actually, this reminds me, we should upgrade the fort in Cairo. Why wouldn't you, you know? Oh gosh darn, he's an embezzler. Really? He's an effing embezzler? Are you kidding me? I don't know, man. How you doing, Austria? I really hate you, France. I really hate you. Oh, hey, we actually have enough for our claims here on Morocco. Okay, let's get rid of that guy now. And this is Occitan. I want all the Occitan land. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. And what is it looking like here? Hopefully we can get it in at least a couple more provinces. Well, I think it's about time to wrap up this episode. Alright, cool. Thank you guys for watching. Please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe for more if you enjoyed. The takeaway of this episode is don't be afraid to talk to Southern people. You know, they won't bite. It's such a weird topic. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.